straight off the back, we have a slight little disconnect. Oopsie doopsie. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Six Invitational 2025 LCQ Oceanic playoffs. We are finally here. Gaming Gladiators have finally joined the fray. 7 teams have qualified through the last few weeks of open qualifier play, and now they are almost here. They are almost here with the opportunity to keep their dreams of Boston alive and move on to the APAC playoffs in Singapore to get there. But first, they're going to need to qualify through those playoffs. If you want to be moving on through this point, you're going to need to be winning. You need to take everything in these playoffs. You need to go to full mile. It's a double elimination bracket, as you can see in the top right of your screen. It is indeed a best of 3. This is, of course, our first map, first series. There are 2 other community streams going on. There is Dianic, and there is also the wonderful Cthulhu, who is joining us as well, who's doing the Anti-X Man game, and I believe Dianic has the Circular Spheres Chiefs game as well. So there's plenty to go around, plenty of Siege this morning. So sit in, get ready, and hopefully we can have some great games. Of course, as I say, it's going to be best of 3s now. This is really where I think you're going to separate the good teams from the great teams down here in OS. Of course, some of these teams, you know, I think the advantage in a weird way goes towards the teams that haven't played so much yet, just on account of the teams that have played so far, because they're sort of warmed into the tournament. They've played so far. They've had the opportunity really to give things a shot. They've warmed into the tournaments. They've been playing. Of course, GG have very likely been scrimming, have been practicing, but of course they're going into this tournament not having actually played an official game for a little while. And of course there was that LAN, I believe I can't remember exactly where it was, but there was a LAN a couple of weeks ago, APAC Cup. I believe that was in Tokyo, off the top of my head I want to say. Unfortunately, Gaming Gladiators did go out at the first match in that one. I believe they went out 0-2 to X Bleed. Yeah, APAC Cup 2024 held in Tokyo about 2-3 weeks ago now. 4 teams played through in it, and Gaming Gladiators lost 2-0 to August / X Bleed LFO, who eventually then went on to fall in the grand final to Osaka. So that's a bit of a brief history. Of course, GG, they just narrowly missed out on making Montreal, and as a result of that, they found themselves in this really awkward position where they're actually tied 16th or 6th Invitational in terms of points, which I can imagine is pretty ow. It's got to be one of those really quite painful things, of course, GG being tied up with, they're tied up with the likes of PSG, Talon, X Bleed, all tied up in 15th place. And unfortunately, just due to, I believe, head-to-head tiebreaker rules set. Unfortunately, Gaming Gladiators just fall short of making SI through points qualification. And as a result, they're going to have to battle their way through OS playoffs. So really, they're one of the giants, of course, coming into OS playoffs, looking to really take things. And I think they want to undo not the mistakes that perhaps were made on the road to Montreal, but perhaps re-solidify themselves. Because of course, this is, if you're not familiar with those too much, GG are the top roster for so long. Before they signed with Gaming Gladiators, the core of this roster were under Team Bliss, and they had an absolute dominance over this region for quite a few years. So there becomes a point where you have to, of course, then come last year after Manchester, a slightly, I think, underwhelming result for the team. Unfortunately, not really making too much progress on their previous attempt at a major. Really sort of after Manchester, they had that slight roster change where they ended up dropping Oda and picking up Tuhan instead. And of course, from there, then they were able to pick up, as I said, they picked up Tuhan. They came 2nd place in a very, very close matchup with Chiefs, and yeah, just very narrowly missed out on Montreal. Of course, OS only sends 1 team to a major in the current system, so unfortunately for GG, Chiefs are the ones to go, not be going, unfortunately. And Chiefs, they actually had a pretty good run of things at the major, but of course they did not make SI based off of points. Obviously, they are also playing in these playoffs, and a big something that if you look towards the bracket of the tournament, you could look towards is the next game coming up, the semi-final, or the upper bracket semi-final, should I say rather. as that will actually could potentially be a rematch of this sort of grudge between GG and Chiefs. So just waiting for one of the players to reconnect into the lobby here. Hopefully we'll be back with everything for you all shortly. Do apologise, unfortunately. Not the way we intended to start things out, and if it's not obvious, it is currently just gone 6 in the morning here in the UK. It's very early. If that wasn't slightly clear by how disorganised the casting may be for the first few hours. So I do apologise. We're gonna try my damnedest, and luckily benefit of my sister's dog. Benefit of that being is we can be loud in the morning because everyone's awake. So there's no whisper casting, there's no ASMR casting for the first few hours. We can just get straight into the screamy fun side of it once things get underway. Consulate, our first map pick. I'll give you all the map pick. So the first map ban went to the requirements. They banned out Border, Skyscraper was banned out, then Lair was banned out, Chalet was then banned out by GG, giving requirements the first map pick, hence Consulate. That's where we are now. Chiefs, GG of course deciding to go towards the defensive side. OT will be going on, OT defense will be going towards the and there comes Tuhan, all readied up and ready to go. We can resume the timer and we can get right back into things, or back into things for the first time, should we say. Let's see how Consulate fares. Of course, not had the pleasure myself of casting any Consulate yet this Open Qualifiers. It's been mainly a game of Chalet and Clubhouse, which I'm very happy to say we're not going to be seeing any of, at least for our first best of 3 this morning. Second map, of course, being picked onto is Cafe Dostoyevsky. That was Gaming Gladiators pick. And then the side map is going to be Bank. So 3 maps we've not seen too much of just yet in the Open Qualifiers. And of course, as we move into Oceanic playoffs, hopefully we'll see some of them.
10 seconds to insertion.
The requirements not also had the pleasure of casting these.
5 seconds to insertion.
This team yet. We got Karma, Wall of Wizardry, Economics, Sirozan, and Loyal.
Locate and defuse a bomb.
I really apologise for getting team names wrong. If you were in chat earlier, you saw I already spelled Gaming Gladiators wrong twice. 2 separate occasions this morning, forgot the I. So you can tell the kind of state we're going to be in for the first little bit of this cast. Admin's going to be the first point of focus for the requirements, getting things nice and open early on. Getting in winners. No one in admin itself contested, of course, you can see there is Sage. He's going to be watching Breakball's going to be getting open. Sage slowly pushing towards admin. Upside manager desk. Get droned out, decides to fall back. Can see the one below, that's going to be Tuhan. Aim with a bit of fire down here on the surface then, of course. He's going to get droned out, so likely going to just fall back upstairs now. Towards the safety of the team. Engagement going over here towards the break breach. Fisher guy. Having a bit of scrap with the player outside. It's going to be the striker of 0. Bullets go flying either way, but not able to make anything connect, so just yet. A minute gone, admin side of the map is in full requirements. Now it's back clearing out its power position. You can see up here, going to be Sage on. Tucked behind the vending machine position, waiting for the players of the requirements to push up towards the corridor. All you need to do is just keep focus. You can see there, Fisher guy likely going to be putting a lot of focus, trying to keep the attention of the players of the requirements. Sage can just hold on, wait for the players to push, and then take them down if they're caught looking the wrong way. Doesn't look like they've cleared the vending position. That's going to be a freebie onto Karma for Sage. Vulcan Canister's going to be popped. Loyal's going to be forced to push up. Is going to be able to confirm the kill. Storming into reception is double for Loyal, but it just all explodes. 1 versus 2 now. Wettables left. That's in console office. Minute 15 left for the players of the requirements. Well, however, there is only 1 drone. And that could be problematic. They're not going to be able to find it. If Wettables can just snake around a little bit here. Sees the laser onto the player top spiral. Andela's going to go in. But I don't know if he's looking the right way. No, he's not. It's a double for Wettables. 1 versus 1 now. Mick. Economics. Wettables. 50 seconds. What can get happening? That's way above him. As I said, that limited drone economy left, that is going to be really punishing for the requirements now. Wettables, you're Ella, you're fast, you can get around places really quickly. You can play a bit ratty. Of course, the shield going into this 1v1 situation is a massive advantage. Here's the kit going down, but more importantly, here's has the pings. Wettables has to win the 1 versus 1. 30 seconds left to burn, but it's a beautiful headshot over the shield. The clutch up from Wettables to start the morning. Get GG their first round on the board. Beautiful shooting. And a beautiful round to kick things off here on Consulate. And that is hopefully a sign of things to come. A close, explosive game. Wake up nice and early in the morning. And hope. Head down towards the cafeteria garage now. Of course, we didn't really get much of an opportunity too much as I was sort of setting the scene a little bit. Talk about the operator bands.
Protect your bombs from being defused
Now, the
by
vigil.
attackers.
That is something that has been absolutely terrorising teams in these qualifiers. I think we saw it a lot last week. I believe it was Jax Curry who had an absurd amount of visual Boss G spawn peak kills. And I'm talking an absurd amount of spawn peak Boss G kills. I can find my words there. An absolutely nuts number of them. So I think some teams are starting to fear the vigil, and it's a long time coming. Amos, of course, being taken out. Something that we did see GG use quite a bit in the regular season, so you know, I do definitely remember seeing quite a bit of
5 seconds to insertion.
Amos play from GG, and GG is opting to get rid of the Montaigne and
Attackers must
the
locate and
Zami.
defuse a bomb.
Here come the attackers onto the building. Operator lineup this time. Not looking like to anything too crazy from my team, but Brendo was outside the building for a second there. Outside break, going for a bit of a spawn peaks. Cyro's going to be the one to have to move in and try and deal with these upstairs players. But holding the angle, Brendo's able to do a good amount of damage. Still plenty of HP left for Cyro though. That SMG-11, carefree players quickly. More of the wall is being opened now. Brendo, drone's going to be going in. Can't be affording to lose these drones early. That's something that really bit them last time. Intel was a key factor in Wettables being able to clutch up in that previous round. Can't let that slip by again. You have to keep these drones alive. And it seems like requirements, no Intel was a massive problem for them last time. Opting to bring the Jackal on the board as they continue to progress through this roam clear. Karma, gonna get one onto Sage. Just storms down spiral stairs towards the objective, really, as a lot of the roam's been left unclear, but unfortunately going to be caught out by Tuhan. Second of the game onto Karma. Beautiful shot from Wall of Wizardry onto Tuhan, keeping the mana count in the favour of the requirements. Half the round gone now. Little over half the players remaining in the lobby. You see Droneworks going underway onto piano, trying to keep that roam clip, trying to sort of sort this vertical out. Top floor's been cleared now. All of the players for GG have been forced down to the basement. You still have to keep in mind Brendo on the Solace. Quite a lot of intel. And when holding tight angles with the shotgun, it can be very difficult to push through that. However, of course, you can see there, Tracksting is going to really deny a rotate, or at least deny a flank that's going to be unread by the requirements. Vertical work open it just narrowly over the head. I believe that was wet. Brendo's position. You saw there for a moment. It's been tracked out on the Inox, but really, I think Loyalist knows it's to be held tight with the shotgun, and the shotgun SMG combo on Solace is really an underrated one in my books. And definitely make tight angles like these yellow stairs. It seems like we're going to be having a bit of a pinch here. One below, one above. What can Brendo do? He's going to do a lot of damage onto one. Make it both. Brendo, double kill. Opens up the round for GG. Swings man advantage into their favour. 20 seconds left on the clock now. One left outside, one left above. What can Wizardry and Niconomics get going? Just going to have to be storming in, but unfortunately going to get pared down by Brendo. Triple kill. Niconomics good for one, but stuck on the vertical. Position is known. Unlikely going to be good for any more. Frag grenade's going to go in. Going to be caught out by Wettables. GG close out the second round. A beautiful yellow stairs hold there from Brendo. And GG are able to chain rounds together, 2 in a row. It's Expo Piano now. Tertiary bomb site.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
As I say, requirements. To be fair, they've been fairly close rounds. It's not been like they've been dominantly for GG. I think it's just been mistakes towards the dying end of the round. I mean, you saw there, the requirements had a man advantage. It was just really trying to clear out that power position on yellow stairs of Brendo that really caused problems. And it was a similar issue sort of last time the top floor was played. That vending, who had tucked behind vending, as you saw, wasn't able really to get themselves, wasn't droned out and was able to get 3v or 2 out of it.
10 seconds to insertion.
Really propelling GG to sort of win these rounds, be able to close them out and
Attackers have located a bomb. 5 seconds
early
to
causing
insertion.
problems. Requirements you're looking to win this one. Of course, your opponent's
Attackers are
tertiary bomb
heading out
site. I
to
think it
defuse
goes
the
without
bomb.
stating. This is the one you're looking to win. This is the one as a team you're probably looking to win. If you don't have this one, I'd start to ring alarm bells. However, for now, GG let themselves find themselves 2-0 up, and you can see here, Brendo. Up in console, going to catch the one straight in on the rappel. Unfortunately, just not droned out. Cyro's going to fall. And that is a really big mistake early on in the round. Just sending a player in without the drone, without the due diligence, whether it was false intel or no intel at all. That's going to be a real big issue. You lost the IQ, a key source of information. Drone's continuing as well to fall. And look, Brendo's got himself behind vending. This is another disaster behind the vending machines waiting to happen. You can see their loyals made their way through break room. I'd push the ball elsewhere. It's going to be Duhan onto Karma. The question marks in chat. Here the Bucks making picks, and here comes Ball of Wizardry. Trying to test on, but yeah, look, I don't know if they found out about Brendo. You can hear the drone. Likely. No! That is a chronic miss drone. But Brendo is going to shoot the drone out to give his position away and escape. Smoke grenades going through, and the players of the requirements are really pushing in now. Unfortunately, Brendo's good for the gunfight. Immediately traded back by Loyal, though. 4 versus 2. Cornered on the side of the map now, the requirements. Really struggled to get in the building with this one, and of course losing the pick early on, and then still unsure about if there's one behind vending. Still unsure if there is one behind the power position. Beautiful flick from Loyal onto Wetterballs, able to confirm the kill. Narrow that man advantage just so slightly, but Sage, holding on to where the mirror window was, just spray that Vector down. Said, just choose to escape with his life. Head down as the yellow stairs with Fisho Guy. And for now, at least, it seems like one more of them will be returning towards the objective. Vertical control is in the favour of the requirements now. 50 seconds, however, your key vertical operator, your Buck, he's long gone at this point. No really explosives either in the pockets of either of these remaining players. Claim no utility for that matter either, really. Just going to be a Selma charge and possibly some drones left from the players. Shock drone can, of course, be going in. And it's going to be able to do some work onto that mirror window. But GG, they're just staying strong. They're just holding their positions, waiting. They know the requirements have to make a push. You've got the hatches covered by Tuhan and Sage. Fisho watching yellow stairs, but Loyal. Triple kill now. Storming towards the site, but 10 seconds. We need to get moving quickly. Knows about no one in closet. Going to try and create a bit of a cross, but Wizardry's going to fall. Loyal's going to have to push in, and the players of GG, they're just going to hide. They're just going to let time do the talking. And talk it will. Round 3 goes in the favour of Gaming Gladiators. And they're starting to build up a bit of a lead, bit of momentum on Consulate. All site rotation completed now. Can be heading back upstairs to office and meeting. There we go. And I believe on GG they're rocking that. I believe that's one of the new background cards. I don't recall seeing that. I can't remember what team that is. There is a new share of R6. If someone would, if anyone in chat knows what team background that is, please do let me know. Cause I actually quite like that background card. But that is, of course. Love it when a team, even if it's not quite their orgs background card, I love it when they all run synergized skins. Do quite like it now. The requirements swapping off, changing things up slightly. Blackbeard is becoming really a real staple of this kind of
10 seconds to go.
players. Like we've been seeing a lot of Blackbeard, of course, recently reworked.
5 seconds to insertion.
Seen a lot of teams in both the EU and the OS qualifiers that have been casting myself. I've seen quite a fair share of Blackbeard. He's proving to be a really popular pick, and of course the Blitz as well. Recently nerfed, but I don't really think that slowed his pick rate down. Still a very effective operator for 1v1s, and really just have to be a bit more cautious than you were before. Brendo, cautious here. The skylight. That's it, but look, ultimate shield counter has been brought to the table. Wettables is on the clash, of course. The knockback effect is now applied if you are zapped by the CCE, meaning that playing shields against the clash can be a very, very deadly process. I'm watching from the skylight, going to be spraying through, but not going to be able to really find anything. Bit of damage below, and the read's likely to come through. Of course, the benefit of this clash is just the intel she can provide to the team. GG now know there's pressure coming down from down below. If they want, they could have sent someone down there. I don't think that's going to be the case here. Instead, sort of more focusing on the top floor. And just to say that, here comes Sage, making his way through Visa. Slowly creeping towards the offense. Going to be going all the way down. Here's the one running. Here's the Blackbeard. If you can catch Blackbeard off guard, this could be dangerous. Fortunately, for the time being, they're going to pass each other. But Tuhan not going to pass on to Karma. Gets the opening picking around in the favour of GG. This player on top Spyro. This poor Blitz. Surrounded by GG players. Sajon's going to confirm the kill. 5 versus 3 now. They get 5 versus 2. Tuhan, C4 onto Cyro, but Wall of Wizardry answers back with one of his own onto Tuhan. Loyal and Wizardry now left. 4 versus 2. Drone is going to be going out, try and provide some intel. Does get the intel, does get the read onto the one behind the shield. That is the gunfight going to be won. Vulcan Canisters continuing to burn time. Bending also get another prominent power position, just not being cleared by the requirements. The Sage can just hold here. Wait for the intel to feed through from the clash, and then he'll swing. There you go. The Fisher's going to be the one to be doing the swinging. All down to Loyal. 1 versus 4, and the full might of GG coming their way. He's the CCE, but has one on the side. Fisher guy closes it out from behind the clash shield. And Gaming Gladiators, 4 rounds back to back now. Looking slightly worrisome for the requirements at the current time, and they're going to call their tactical timeout. Quite an early one. Quite an early timeout. Of course, this gives us a great opportunity to look at the scoreboard. Brendo and Tuhan putting up numbers. Tuhan especially, of course, we saw doing absolute bits during stage 2 of 2024. For the side of the requirements, however, Loyal has had some really, really good frags so far, but however, for the rest of the team, it's been struggle to get numbers on the board. And as I say, there's a few instances. I think the intel is the real problem for the requirements at the minute. It's that strategical finding the players, and when you do find them, you know, flashback to, let's say, round 2 on the basement, you have Brendo playing Solace on yellow stairs. Remember, there was a player pushing from above, a player pushing from below. You're pinching the player. Unfortunately, timing-wise was a bit off for the side of the requirements, and it was able to give Brendo 2 1 versus 1s at very close range, which he won with a shotgun. That kind of situation shouldn't really be happening, and it's definitely part of the reason why these rounds are not going the way towards the requirements. Timeout is over, though.
Bombs from being defused by attackers.
And that is, of course, all the side of the requirements will be able to call for round 1. So if they want any more,
Attackers have located a bomb.
only requirement. So, will they be able to convert that into a win, or a GG going to continue their winning streak? Set a fairly similar lineup to what we saw before. Hui going on towards the Mozzie. Into catering. Keep calling that room break. That's catering. And I'm a consulate call out very well.
Left before insertion.
Or it is just. What time is it? It's currently 5:30 in Sydney in the evening.
5 seconds remaining.
Currently 6:30 in the morning here in England. Of course, we actually do have, as I said earlier on, we do actually have Cthulhu, who is currently doing community casting at the minute, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Cthulhu is actually the one community caster this morning. We've actually got who is from the Oceanic region, other than me and Dianic, who have been blessed and cursed with these early morning starts. Great fun doing them, but sometimes my brain is just not going. Loyal. storming through Expo Piano. Realising the free space available to take it, the requirement's going to be able to just storm in, and they're going to take a bit more with that. Brendo's going to fall. Long angle being held by Wettables, but he's not good for the kill. Double for Loyal, just storming and continuing to have a great game. Currently up 7-3, and that aggression that we've seen attempted from the requirements, it's worked better this time. Someone's obviously said to them, the intel needs to be working. They saw they were able to take advantage of the intel. The lack that Expo Piano was totally clear. That left side of the map on your screen, you can see right now, was totally clear. You saw that they was able to take it. Loyal trading shots with Fisher Guy, who's holding on spiral stairs. However, the issue with the intel we mentioned earlier, could Tuhan punish? Yes, he can. Cyro's going to fall. That's a freebie for Tuhan. Going through completely undrowned. Now just has to find some more players. However, pressure is falling below. Really need to get downstairs, start supporting the team. It's the only one on site for them, and it is going to be Sage. You can see there the outline. Fisher Guy making his way downstairs. C4's going to go. Not going to be able to confirm anything. Support towards the site is going underway. Tuhan, though, on the flank. It's a time-sensitive mission. You need to be doing this quickly, because if your teammates fall downstairs, it's going to suddenly be a hard one to win. But the requirements, their side is going to be falling upstairs. Karma falls. Wall of Wizardry does trade it. Back onto Fisher Guy. Here comes Tuhan. C4's going to go into Expo. Isn't quite going to be able to confirm the kill, but is going to give the game up. Instead, going to have to fall down. Vulcan Cannon is going to be going on to the bottom of yellow. Going to deny the push and give GG an opportunity to relocate, rotate, but no. Sajon's going to fall down, but not out, though. Can be revived. With no C4 in pocket, unfortunately, not long for this world. A quad kill for Loyal against the Gladiators, and the timeout is successfully converted into a round win. And GG. At 4 rounds consecutive, their streak is ended. A flawless half denied. And to be fair to the requirements, a 4-2 half, I wouldn't say that's the end of the world, considering the start to the game there was. They're able to string the next round together as well. 4-2's not the worst place you could be right now. Certainly not. I think GG will be happy with the 4 they've gotten. Of course, I think they'll certainly be looking for more. Down to the final round of the first half. Of course, you've got to keep in mind as well, this is the requirements map pick. They opted to go to coveted. I'm hoping to see something cooking up on their defenses.
10 seconds left before insertion. Camera ready to activate. 5 seconds to go.
The first time so far, going to be seeing the Ash. The Ash coming out. It's going to be Karma on the Ash. Currently 1-5, not having the best start to the game so far. Not having most successful attacking half. But of course, it's very commonly said. Siege is one of those games. It's of 2 halves. Either side. Really pushing through. Team wall is open. You can see there, Loyal. Going to be causing pressure from the spiral skylight. Trying to clear out these top 4 players.
Go live.
Bisho holding tight with the super shorty. He's going to be droned out. We've seen the yellow stairs be dangerous before for the side of the requirements, but it's going to be dangerous for GG this time. Fisher Guy's going to fall. Karma's going to get the opening pick. Ash pick, that sort of entry fragging roll. That's paid off so far, at least. Early engagement going the way of the requirements. However, GG, their roam is still up. Wettables and Sage holding the top floor. Mirror window low. Going to be pop. Not quite the one. Not quite the one up in the console office. Good. Rendo. Chill him. Having a bit of a jam next to the jukebox, but unfortunately, Tuhan ain't going to be jamming. Cyro takes the engagement, man advantage, extending the way of the requirements. Roam clear. Roam off the requirements. It's being droned out. A vertical engagement. Scrappy one. Wall of Wizardry is going to fall. Karma as well. And the 5 versus 3 falls into a 3 versus 2, going in the favour of GG. Economics left outside the building. Cyro pushing towards site, but that vertical has not been cleared yet. Can't really go into there and get the kit down. Economics going to try and take Brendo on yellow with the shotgun, but it's not going to be good enough, unfortunately. Wettables from above and behind. And Gaming Gladiators secured themselves a very, very convincing 5-1 lead on Consulate. And the requirements, this round is crucial. Of course, at any given point now, big scary part being when you're up against a team who's 5-1 up, or a team with 5 rounds, you're 1 round away from a map point. And on your own map pick as well, that can be quite an intimidating thing to be going up against. For these teams, that can certainly be...
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Certainly be something a bit scary to be going up against. GG, we'll see how their attacks stack up. As well, let's take a quick look at the scoreboard as we sort of get to this halfway point of map 1. Brendo really taking the lead for GG, currently up 8-3. So as you can see, obviously been doing a lot of utility clearing, a lot of supportive play. May only be 2-4, but actually above Wettables on the scoreboard, obviously indicating a lot of utility play. But the side of the requirements is really loyal, doing a lot of the shooting, a lot.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Doing a lot. It's going to be an instrumental part to really keeping this game going for. Alright. Waiting copy. So for the side of GG, well, they've had a good start to the game. The requirements have certainly met. There's certainly been a lot of close rounds. It's just that dying moment, really the roam clear. That's been a massive issue for them and their attacks. As I keep saying, the roam players sort of slipping through the net, skipping steps sort of on that tick list of things you needed for a successful attack. That's been problematic for the requirements, and that's really costed them. You see here, it's a bit flip-sided for GG. Whereas compared to the requirements, a lot of their drones were going early in the rounds. Only 2 have been lost so far for GG. 8 still standing. With all of that intel, as well as the additional intel you can get from the Blackbeard, the Flores, the IQ, the Grim. All of that primary utility that provides so much valuable intel for the attacking team. That intel does not matter for naught. Cyro, able to get one from behind Vending, able to get a pick on Sajon, and with all of the other players of GG still outside of the building, there's not really anyone to trade that one back. So for now at least, man advantage is going to stay into the favour of the requirements. Going to be marked by the Cowan Hive. So this guy's going to hop in, immediately force the hop back out due to the Vulcan canisters. But still plenty of time to work with them. What woes GG continue to build. Fisho hopping in through the fire is able to find one, but not any more than that. Brendo with a team kill onto Fisho. 2 versus 4, make it a 1 versus 4, double for Wizardry. Kuhan left below to push up yellow, 55 seconds. In 4 versus 1. Looking unlikely. Position is definitely known now. In the requirements, unless they give away a bunch of freebies. You can see how many players are holding this across. Kuhan is able to get one because of it. Sprints across the opening. Able to get a second, 1 versus 2. No more freebies for the requirements. Surely they'll just wait now. Wait for the cross. They've got a perfect cross set up here. All they need to do is wait for Kuhan to enter. Can't be afforded to give the ones. Does have the intel on one. Going to try and bait out this engagement. Knows there's one in meeting. Has to try and bait out this Warden. But going to get caught from behind by Wall of Wizardry. The requirements. Able to get themselves round 7 on the board. Get themselves a second in the game and stave off map point for a little longer. Of course, best of 3. Even if you do lose Consulate, you still have another opportunity. Still have Cafe you can go towards. However, you've got to keep into consideration, of course, Cafe is Gaming Gladiators' pick. You see it quite often, surprisingly, in best of 3s where teams tend to lose their own map pick and we end up on the side of map. That, of course, will be Bank for this first best of 3 this morning.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Wow. We'll see how things fare. Cafeteria
Attackers
garage
have
going to be the
located a
first
bomb.
point. First objective, first point, and see how things fare. Of course, GG continuing to really struggle, I think, on the attacks. Not really, I suppose, as of a continuation, of course. You can trust GG, they're a strong attacking side. So far, we've seen a really defender-sided game, and I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing somewhat of a similar thing as we head towards the next set of rounds here. Of course, a lot of roam clear needed to deal with this space, but you do have the Kaid on the board. Border requirements. And you've got the 2 brow there as well, those Zoto canisters. Likely to do a good number on being able to slow the breaching efforts of the side of GG. Of course, since the impact made nerf, that feels like an eternity ago now. Maybe it was. I can't actually remember exactly when that was, but of course the impact made nerf. Not able to impact triggers it quite as easily as once upon a time. Was the radius and damage being reduced. But Karma being reduced to lower HP, but he's going to reduce Brendo to 0. Taken out early on, and top performing player so far for GG. They're going to fall.
Drone hack right on the mark.
Able to escape. Escape with his life and escape with a drone as well in back pocket. First floor control now does fall into the favour of GG though. The requirements have done what they sort of set out to do, it would appear. They got their one, they got their open engagement. From there, they've been able to fall back. They're one that's going to hold on to site and they'll play the trade game as and when it comes to it. C4 is going to be going. Exothermic. Love this little trick. You plop it on the soft wall and it gets the hatch as well. Beautiful from Fisher. Really drones from Sage. They're starting to make some work on the vertical. But the vertical's traded back. Niconomics with a C4 on the Sage, and these attacks for GG so far, they're really not sticking. Falling apart. Fisho is able to find one back. Electro Core is found, and with Kai down, you're not going to be able to replace anymore. Wizardry could certainly deny. Any breaches? Nevermore. Going to fall to Wettables. Zyro holding on up a spiral staircase. You can definitely see there's a player cautious of this. Fisho, he's going to try and sprint in after the flashbang, but unfortunately, it's not going to work out. Going to fall, and another as well. Double for Zyro. Holding on to Spiral. Holding on to Diffuser. Holding on to the game for another round longer. Closes it out. Triple kill for Zyro. And a question mark traded back. Back the other way. GG. Their lead is narrowing. 5-3. 2 unsuccessful attacks. And the side of the requirements, they're starting to wake up a little bit. It's starting to perhaps come evident why they may have wanted to go to Consulate. These defenses so far proving massively challenging for the first time all game. Instead of seeing Piano Expo, we're heading to the split site. Well, as you can see here, it's one of the only ones in the game, I believe. You have a site on you have one objective on the first floor, and then you have the alternative down here in the basement.
EDD prime.
Stand clear.
So of course, as server tellers becomes
10 seconds to go.
Fortified floor.
becomes our objective.
5 seconds to insertion.
Yeah, the players of the requirements, they're spread out all over. You've got some upstairs, some downstairs. Not one you see played too much, really. I think I'd say the least popular of sites, but it's not a bad site by any stretch of imagination. Just some teams prefer Piano Expo, some teams tend to prefer server tellers. First troublesome for the attack is going to be Torton. Now, unless it's been actively banned, Sage would be able to get it open with the use of the in-pocket push. You can see down there at the bottom of your screen, both impact DMPs and hard breach charges. So would be able to. However, GG, it's a concern of not losing an opening pick, not sending the player in on their own slightly too early, and then being unable to trade. Tuhum, likely able to provide some good intel to the team there, and you can see drones that are being set up by GG are giving Brendo the opportunity to clear through, to charge through this top floor.
Attackers have
Not really
located a
being
bomb.
too heavily contested by the requirements. You can see Cyro making a flank through console side. The question is, will this be read by GG?
Knock, knock.
Has the drone network caught this, or is Cyro going to be able to catch one of GG? Slipping through now towards meeting. Doesn't seem like the players of GG are aware. So, just a little bit
Attackers
closer,
dropped the diffuser.
and you will have your prey. You can see there, edging ever so closer and closer towards the
Attackers
sole
recovered the
player
bomb
of GG
diffuser.
left upstairs, and not really in a tradable position here either. Brendo. Position is known. Waiting for the footsteps. Here's the player. Here's the repels. Here's the footsteps. Brendo's good for it. He's able to confirm the kill. That Karma's going to confirm one back. Takes a bit of damage from the shock drone. Gonna have to pull the one close. Unfortunately, not looking close enough. Too hard. Gets the pick onto Karma. Flashbang's going to go through, and the players of GG Sage falls. And top floor completely abandoned for the GG. C4's going to go. Fisher guy. Going to get lightly tagged through the wall, but not too much damage. For the time being, Loyal down below with a C4.
Deploying heartbeat sensor.
Ripped and ready to go. On now. 25 seconds for the attacking team to try and make this work. Wizardry, if his flank's not caught, this could be really problematic. Kuhan as well, going to fall towards the C4. And the players,
15 seconds.
as the requirements, they're just going to push upstairs. He's got the pulse below, but he's come upstairs. The UMP in hand. Wetterballs is able to get the trade back, but with 6 seconds, not going to be any more than that. Wizardry is going to close it out in the requirements. Slowly clawing back this lead. Clawing things back from what was a really scary looking first half. Or the requirements, it's sort of flipping the other way now. It's looking scary for GG, and rightly so. They're going to call their timeout a little earlier on. The full site rotation now come through for the requirements. All three quite strongly successful. Tertiary being the closest, but even then, still not enough. The requirements catching up, and the key aspect of this here, as you saw at the half mark, every single player bar Loyal on the requirements was negative. Mind you, of course, that first half will still reflect in the statistics. They are still negative, a lot of them. Most of them were on 1 to 2, 4 kills at most. You look at how they've all lit up now. Wall of Wizardry on 7. Karma and Cyro now 10 between them. Nick Economics with 5 of their own. They've all caught up. They've all started to really fire up. And the players that were at the top for GG, they've not really been able to get too much going this half. Of course, that being Brendo and Tuhan. Tuhan's been able to get a couple for himself. Really a massive effect. And when all of the requirements players are firing, warmed into things now. It's causing problems for GG, and that's the viable reason why round lead has narrowed so much.
Attackers have discovered the
Would just like to
location
say
of a bomb.
hello, good morning to everyone. Chat, hope we are all doing
10
well
seconds
today.
left before
Of
insertion.
course, typically
5
speaking,
seconds to go.
I think for most of you guys and girls in chat, it's going to be the evening,
Attackers
6
are
PM
heading out to
approaching now in
defuse a bomb.
Sydney. Nice and early here in the UK, so
Shotgun going live.
hey, we've got some amazing siege, and of course, take the opportunity here as well. Point out, we do have some amazing other community casters. We've got Dianic and Bulu casting games of their own. Circular Spheres versus the Chiefs. That is over on Dianic's channel. And I believe Antic X-Man LFO versus... It's going to be... I can definitely remember the bracket off the top of my head. Please bear with me while the internet loads. Drum roll, please. Cthulhu is taking Antic X-Man versus 6 targets. So 2 other community casters going with the games. Not sure which of the second wave of games will be following. Believe 3 best of 3s will be played today. The other 3 will be played tomorrow. And in about in a little over 24 hours, we will have crowned the teams that will be going to Singapore. The team that will be OC's last hope, qualified a team through to the Six Invitational over in Boston. A lot of utility going away in economics now. Frag grenade as well. Able to do some good damage, but not going to be any more. C4 though. Is ripped and teared. The players of GG keeping back, cautious about it. There you go. C4's been burned. Not able to successfully find anything. You can see. And there comes the drop. It's going to be Brendo. Brendo and Karma. Spraying bullets either way. Brendo Raw coming off worse for wear, but Wearable's even worse. Loyal. 11 frags now. First and only player currently to be on double digits within the lobby. Here comes the drop. Here comes Plant. For the first time this game, we may see it stick. Nothing able to really. Economics taking down Sage and one of his own teammates. Fisho trades it back, keeps it 3 versus 3, and this is a difficult one to win now.
Attackers need to protect the diffuser.
Here comes all of Wizardry, pushing through to Cam on hides, but immediately shut down by Brendo. 2 Han as well, 1 onto Loyal, but it's just Cyro. Horizon left blinded, has the Warden glasses, turn it back on. He's going to be able to catch out the player prone. He's going to catch 2E. But 17 seconds left on the clock. Track Stinger's in the way. Players on the rappel. It's looking difficult. It's looking unlikely. Very few seconds now. Just going to have to try and stick the kit, but not going to be able to do so. Fisher Guy from below closes it out, and GG able to convert their timeout into a win. And both timeouts have been pulled so far. And as it stands for the time being, both timeouts have been successful. GG get themselves a much needed opportunity at map point, and they get 2 chances at doing so. The requirements were unable to string any more than 1 together
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
in their attacks. GG have hit that benchmark. They've hit the 1. They've pulled the timeout slightly earlier though, which I think is going to work in their favour. They're going to work. It's going to work in their favour. Of course, pulling it out round early gives you another opportunity to sort of address the issues you feel you've encountered early on. Crash Dark 08. I'm going to edit. What I'm going to do for you all. Yeah, because I probably should put it in here.
Wall reinforced.
Edit bracket. There we are. Bracket has been updated for you. So Crash Dark 08. Please do go check out the bracket. All of the games in the same round are being played as they are ready. We'll be playing 3 best of 3s through today. There are some on this channel, there are some on Dianic's channel, discord.gg, and there are some on Cthulhu's channel as well, discord.gg/BLAST R6. And all of the community casters are listed in there as and when which games we're covering. Of course, we are on a rolling schedule. I'm not sure who will be taking the semi-final artist. Of course, there is a lower bracket as well. This is a double elimination best of 3 bracket. So basically, the games we'll be playing as they're ready. We play 3 best of 3s today, 3 tomorrow. You lose twice, you're done. Unfortunately, you'll be staying home. You win the grand final tomorrow. You're going to Singapore. Compete against 3 other APAC teams for a chance at representing OC in Boston. That is a rough overview of things. Of course, what I'll do is in between maps when we've got a little bit of break, I'll dive into the bracket a little bit more. Give you guys a bit of an overview. What's happening in Tuhan. Economics, he's going to get a view of his teammate being cut down by Tuhan there. The intel, unfortunately, not enough to confirm the kill. Opening pick in the favour of the requirements, and the second one as well. Sage. Able to get one onto Cyro. And it might have to be something a bit bold here. An attempt at a flank from the requirements. Nick's going to be droned out. Going to have to fall back to site. See the player on the drone trying to find. Forces all of the players upstairs. Exothermic over towards the main breach. Going to be temporarily stalled out by the Zoto cancel. Not going to be able to be tricked at any point, though. C4 from below being ripped. Going to be detonated from all the Rizby, but no, not going to be enough. No more. One more C4 on the side of pocket from Loyal. May not need it. This flank. Come unwatched. But Fisher guy's going to be better on the gunfight. Extends the lead further, and now keep Consulate alive for the requirements in the 4 versus 1. It's going to be Wall of Wizardry. A slightly quiet start to the game. But they've certainly warmed into it. Oh, they warmed into it enough to beat both players of GG. No, they are not. Good half. GG are going to get themselves the first map. And a 7-4 victory just like that. GG get themselves map 1 of Consulate. Get them that one over the line. So what we'll do is we'll toss it to a break for a couple minutes. The player's going to have a bit of a break in between maps. And then, of course, we will be hopping right back into game number 2. Or map number 2 of today, sorry. Where we will be heading back through on into things. Players, of course, just taking a minute of break. Bit of a testing moment, of course. What we'll do is we will just give me 2 seconds. Right, so let's take a quick look at the bracket very quickly. So this is what the bracket looks like. Hopefully this is the right team. This is indeed the right one. So our open qualifiers have been said and done now. Our teams qualifying from that: Entix, Man, Supernova, Chiefs, 6 targets, Supernova, 5 sharp, and the requirements. Those are going to be the teams that have qualified through to the second half stage of playoffs. Oceanic players, the winner of this double elimination best of 3 will be going up against the winner of the Japan, Korea, and Asian playoffs. Whoever wins that APAC LAN playoff in Singapore in just a couple of weeks, they will be going to represent their region at Six Invitational, the biggest tournament of the year for Siege. Now, the importance of this one, you might ask. Well, of course, Japan and Korea, they do have representatives at Six Invitational. However, if I'm not mistaken, there are no representatives for either Asia, and there's definitely no representatives for OS. Yeah, Invitational at the minute. So for 2 of these regions and for 2 of these teams that we make in APAC LAN playoffs, they're going to be the sole representatives for their region coming into the tournament. They're going to really have a lot of pressure on their backs, the pressure of their entire region, all of the teams left at home. So with that being said and done, there's a lot of big pressure on the teams here. Discord, I don't have a Discord command set up. Let me just copy the invite link. I can find it somewhere for you. Oops, I forgot to put the tweet out. That is really clever of me. Discord. Is that going to do it? Yeah, that does do it. Hell yeah. Discord.gg/BLAST R6, and that should take you into the right Discord server, right? Hopefully. It does. Look at me going professional at this. Right, what we're going to do is toss it to a break. We're going to sort out the lobby for the next game, and we will hopefully be back in just a little while. So, see you in a few. What's this? 8 minutes on the timer, and we're in game. What the hell is this? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Oceanic Playoffs, map 2 of the upper bracket quarterfinals here. Gaming Gladiators, of course, taking map 1, 7-4. I actually may be able to fit that on the overlay. Give me 2 seconds. I just put 7-4. Will that fit on one line? Yes, it will. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. See, unlike, I think I'm the only one where I have like a little, it's weird, it's like a little website thing I sort of bodged together. That displays it all in OBS. Regardless, enough talk about the way I have this little overlay on display. It's probably why mine, if you haven't noticed, looks a little bit different to everyone else's, just on account of course. But here on Cafe now, map 2, as I say, GG up. They win the first map 7-4. And now they're looking to make their way on a bit further forwards in this tournament. Ying Wamai going to be banned out by GG. Rim taken out by the requirements. One more to come through. And really, GG, of course, this was their map. No, this was not their map pick. GG, this is their map pick. I definitely am good at this. GG, of course, their map pick is on now. The requirements there are not going their favour. Able to wake up on the defensive half, however, they weren't able to take things. I think a weak attacking half, a weak start to the game really cost them later going into things. As you headed towards the dying stages of the game, as much as the requirements were able to string together 3 attacks in a row to timeout, and the conversion from GG
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
was able... Sorry, do apologise,
Bomb
just
located
need
by
to...
attackers.
Style. Well secured.
That in there very quickly, just let the Carson channel know that we're on
Camera in
map 2 as I've exposed all of Valkyrie cameras.
Reloading.
to GG versus
Setting full gun.
246. And can I spell requirements properly, please? Yes, I can.
Securing the wall.
There we go.
10 seconds
Speed
remaining.
running through this morning. Now I believe there was an update
5
from
seconds
thank you Solo in chat. 7-3.
Attackers are moving to
Supernova
defuse
lost the
bombs.
first map. Okay, have a couple of series underway, of course. This is a TBC. Which of the games will be following through today? Likely, if this one's done first, it would likely be whichever one's ready first. We'll try and avoid downtime because we've got plenty of community casts that's going through all the action for you all. We'll see, as I say. If you lose here, it isn't the end of your invitational run yet. It's double elimination bracket. However, of course, do need to consider. Of course, you go into the lower bracket, you've lost your life, I suppose, in the tournament. Arma getting really aggressive here. Looking to see if he can catch anyone out from GG early on. However, I don't think they're quite going to give anything out too early. Just the XC's the Davos going to spray through with the Vector. He's able to get them down on Brendo, confirms the kill. Elsewhere, Wall of Wizardry finds on the Fisho. It's just exploding. Cyro takes down Sage. Tuhan was able to find one back in all that chaos.
Reloading.
And it still leaves the players of GG in a 2 versus 3 now. As Wetables gets loyal. VIP power position needs to be cleared, and Tuhan's exploding. Just on the objective now, gunning through the players of the requirements. Of course, Sight is left outside. Sight is cold. Sight is cold. Kit is cold, sorry. Arma standing in the middle of GG, and the Kit sees the one, but turns around at last possible second. Tuhan falls as well. It's Wetables yet to clutch up.
Attackers.
Round 1 yet again. Saw him get a triple to clutch up on map 1 on Blackbeard. Very similar. It wasn't on Blackbeard. It was the other way around. And again, the Blackbeard loses the clutch. Blackbeard loses the first round. Very similar thing happened on map 1. Almost a bit of deja vu there. The requirements open things up with a very explosive defense. Just an explosion of frags, an explosion of kills. And the requirements, for the most part, walking away to victor. Tuhan and Wetables almost able to bring it back. Almost able to get it back across the line, but unfortunately in the end, just not going to be able to do that. You're going to fall just short.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Heading up the bar now for the requirements. That round felt like it was really over before it started, if being honest. It's always the hardest when we start round games with a very aggressive go at it. Just like bam, suddenly we're in, and all of a sudden bam, 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 bam. Oh my god, half the lobby's dead. Panic. So we'll try to avoid doing that again. Of course, top floor cafe. It's an anonymous site on this map, really. And one where I think you certainly see some interesting plays. I don't think we're going to be seeing anything too crazy from GG fans this time. Not opting to take the Montaigne ban, and the requirements are actually going to be taking out the Montaigne, the Azami themselves. Sorry. So as you saw there for a moment, GG were contemplating the Monty pick, but instead decided to vote off it. Instead head towards the... You can see Economics outside the building, trying to get an early pick, but not going to be able to successfully get away with anything.
New camera feed up and running.
Air jab in
Knock,
position.
knock.
Sage now watching it with an air jab.
Reminds me of Mount Logan.
Fisho just watching from above. Firing down.
Drone
I
activated.
do this on my downtime.
Continuing to fire through.
Big brother incoming.
Requirements spraying over. Now, contrary to the last round, still a lot of players left alive, and just as I say that, the first one's going to fall. Brendo gets a pick onto Wizardry. What? Destruction of the stairs. Wetbull just out the corner of eye, sees Economics. Pushing towards site now. See there. Loyal. Touching Cocktail. Know about the player's construction? No, they're just going to storm in. GG just being really aggressive, pushing towards the site. Karma's outside the building. Definitely position is known. Fuse is in the hand of GG. Kit's going to be going down. And what can Karma do from outside the building is going to be Mark. GG, they're going to give away anything? Very, very unlikely. Said, here comes Karma inside the building. Now, holding down the main stairs is going to be Brendo. Closes it out. GG. They respond to the aggression with some aggression of their own. Get themselves around. Tuhan, continuing the chat talk. We quite like to see it. With fireplace and mining going to be objective of choice. Final bomb site for the requirements. Can head back down to the kitchen, which last time they won quite dominantly. Mind you, I don't think we're going to see quite the same level of aggression that we saw from them previously. When we do head back towards that objective, and inevitably get back down there. I don't think we're going to be using quite the same crazy sort of a level of let's just get in their faces and go really, really fast. Might be seeing a slower affair. And GG. Now that the Montaigne's back on the board, they're going to be quite a fan. You know, guys, seemingly going to be sticking towards on it this time. Going to be trying to give it a go. See.
5 seconds
Anything going with it, but nope. Swapping off lastsecond.com to the Brava. Likely to try and get rid of all of this electronic utility. Or if those operators of requirements have something that can really be countered by the Brava, as well as a Twitch as well being brought by GG. There's a lot of focus on trying to clear out this utility, and Twitch especially trying to clear out these mirror windows. Of course, being electrified means that you can't just zap them out with an Ash charge. You can't use one of those burrowing charges. You have to either take out the battery, or you set a Twitch in to do the job, which might be what's happening here. See here, Wall of Wizardry, waiting to hear the drones, and I think as soon as the drone comes through, here's the shots. Is it going to be a peek? Going to take the head clean off a Fisher guy. It's traded back though by Too Hard, who's storming in through Cigar Lounge. He's the one long, able to do a lot of damage onto Karma, but not going to confirm the kill. Too Hard, currently the only one in the building. GG has to be careful with his life here. Doesn't know about the one that's trying to go through Lounge. See the player on the window. It's going to be Sage. Looking to aggress, but caught throwing a smoke grenade. Karma going to be able to confirm the pick on Too Hard, looking to re-aggress onto Skylight, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Double for Karma. And GG falling apart a little bit. 2 versus 4 now. Minute 40 to go. Able to get in the building. Brendo still is in the building. He's here, tucked away in bathroom. But players of the requirements surrounding all over. Where you find one, likely to get a second swing. Of course, GG. They can try and isolate these 1v1s, and that's exactly what they're going to have to do. Brendo going to be fed 2 of them, but Economic's going to shoot him back a slug to the face. One of those 12-gauge shells from the TCSG. Hits like a brick. Sage. Top floor's clear now. Knows about the one vertical. Able to get it off the back of the yellow ping. Cyro's going to fall. And now, Economics versus Sage. 1 versus 1. Drone in the pocket. Plenty of time as well for Sage to work with. This one's definitely possible for GG to claw it back. Trying to open up a rotate here. Just trying to give it more possibility, but has the yellow ping, has the intel, has the idea as to where the GG player is going to be coming from, but going to miss the shots. Position is going to be given away, and instead Sage is just going to opt to plant the defuse. Engagement between the two. Sage can just continue to play with the defuse, continue to bait around a bit here. No more air jabs in pocket, so unfortunately, going to have to try going for a flank here. Economics Can't get it through the hard pick. Is able to successfully get C4 is going to be ripped and tossed, but I think it's going to get caught on the chassis. And Sage tries to run through, but gets caught through the soft wall. And the requirements. LMAO in chat. With that, glance down, but a beautiful clutch. They're able to get themselves the round.
Defender mission successful.
Rotation complete. Or the requirements now can head back down towards kitchen. GG able to get one off the back of it without a timeout, which so far is more than we've seen from either side's attacks, really. Of course, both really struggling on the attacks until the timeout. That was the trend on constant. You call the timeout, you get an attack round or two off the back of it. GG did exactly that, got themselves 2. Requirements did it, got themselves 1.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
It's a good
bombs.
sign that the attacks have worked so far, and they've been able to get themselves
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
off the back of it. And something that I failed to mention, sort of very much forgot about in the previous map. So much so, was of course the coach on the side of GG. They had a wonderful Titan, who, besides known for talking quite a lot in a certain interview, I remember that a while ago. Besides that, of course, a phenomenal coach and really done a
10
lot.
seconds
And
left before insertion.
from memory, has quite a high conversion rate during these
5
tactical
seconds
timeout moments. Was able, of course, previously working with G2 Titan, able to provide a
Attackers are heading out
coming
to
from
defuse a bomb.
EU. Contrary to what the sign behind me says, typically better performing region at international events. I won't say about entertainment value, but certainly the better performing region at international events, EU.
Change your
So,
bags!
coming from there, Titan's obviously been able to give a lot of knowledge to these players of GG, and now he's had some extended time to work with them. Of course, he joined them early September, so just right around the corner of Stage 2 starting. Now able to get themselves, of course, have a bit of extended time with the roster, and hopefully as these sort of close quals progress and playoffs go through, hopefully we'll be able to see some of that knowledge transferring through onto the way the GG players play. Of course, that's probably left someone with a bit more game knowledge than me, because I definitely read up on that stuff.
Reloading mag!
So for now, all players of requirements forced downstairs, and we've actually gone through the first minute of the round without a single pick, which, considering how the last time this site was played went, that's an achievement. However, you can see there, Karma, MP5 ACOG has been droned out. Position is going to be known. See there, Tuhan itching to get the gunfight through. Still knows the players there. Tucked actually tucks the drone behind a goo mine. Take a look at that one. Yokai drone is also going to miss the player outside. Through coming now. Drone's finally spotted out by Lawler. Now they know the position's known. They're going to fall back. Of course, players of GG, they're going to get sort of stunned a little bit by the Yokai drones, just to slow them down slightly. Of course, only a minute 20 left on the round, and so far, GG, they've got themselves map control, and they can start definitely make a work on those vertical. Of course, that ramp will be able to make very quick work of the vertical. But he's going to, of course, be going through. You can see there, work on the site's really well and truly underway now. But GG, they're looking for their opening, and looking to try and get themselves something, trying to find a way, an opening for them to get into this objective. A vulnerability in the defensive requirements. So far, doesn't seem so. Instead, just having to find their way through. Things are going to be going on towards Karma. He's also been able to do a bit of damage towards Brendo. Requirements, they're holding on, and this one looks like it's shaping up to be a bit of a bloodbath. Brendo creeping down white stairs. That power position in VIP not being cleared yet. It's going to be Cyro. Oh, none. Karma is going to fall to Sage. Frag grenade's going to go in. And here comes the drop in and freeze, but you have to be cautious of
15 seconds left.
VIP. Cyro's going to fall. You can see the players of the they've all fallen over side, but Brendo's going to drop shot. Beautiful shot, wins the gunfight, and it's just poor old Economics, but Echo is able to get one, but not any more than that. It's going to be the trade with Wet. Question mark exchanged back. GG find themselves a second attacking round. I'd argue what you probably need here on Cafe. You've hit the minimum. Can you get any more? Back upstairs. Border side. GG, the only site chosen by the requirements that has not been won just yet.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Only objective, of course.
Mine going out.
Wouldn't say another note. I believe map 2 of Chiefs versus Circular Spheres has started. Cover your ears if you don't want to hear it. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Chiefs won that first map. I believe it was 7-5. Let's have a look. Yep, Chiefs 7-5 won the first map against Circular Spheres. You can uncover your ears now. Of course. See how map 2 fares over there.
Shields up.
I don't know if any of the other games have
10 seconds
updated yet.
remaining.
Yes, they have. Anti-Kex Man.
5 seconds left.
Anti-Kex Man have taken the lead over 6 targets. They win map 1.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
They win that one. 7-4 as well. So 7-3, 7-4, 7-4, 7-5 as well. So no overtime just yet on the side, of course. It's very 50-50, I find, you know, so it's very rare. A 7-4, I feel like I don't see all too often. I feel like we haven't really seen too much in the open qualifiers. We're either going to see a complete 7-0 or we're going to see a maximum overtime game. One for the history books. I feel like that's what we tend to see, you know, it's a lot of, so 7-4's a range, but requirements. Putting up a good fight, of course. Any team, you know, staring at GG. They're one of the probably, you know, they're one of the top contenders down in O's. The only team to not have to play in open qualifiers because of their 6 invitational point placement. Reaching charge is going to go through, and as you can see, pressure increasing. The requirements, they're not giving away anything just yet. Their whole Dickermerks, caught between a frag grenade and another player on the rappel. Fisher guy's going to close it out with the frag. Beautiful, great use of utility there. Clear out that player holding tight to the window. Man advantage, swinging into the way of GG to start the round. Pressure from these windows, continuing to mount up, and you can see there's an F-Nat Dread Mine there. Royal wants to try and take the head of the player on the rappel. Wants to try and take out Fisho, but not going to happen just yet. Fisho continuing. Be a bit of a menace on the rappel. Going to take some damage though to Wall of Wizardry. Loyal catches Wettables, likely trying to sprint up to support the teammate. There's the one up White Stairs who's going to fall. On the left side, Karma now. Tucked and waiting. A minute to go now. GG. Man disadvantage for the time being. 3 versus 4. And Loyal is totally outside the building. And the question is, will GG feed into that or will they just ignore for now? Got a feeling Brendo's going to catch him as soon as they run right in. There you go, exactly what's going to happen. And that upstairs, 2 Hans able to catch a double. And that is just Wizardry left 1 versus 2. Likely for a moment, 2 Hans going to pause, wait for the teammate to come and support so they can play his trade game. Position is now given away. Wizardry moves from Cocktail towards a regular bar. Going to be holding a tight angle on Freezer. Got himself into a bit of a rat spot here. Player in front, player behind. Position's known, and Brendo from behind. Going to shut them down. GG get themselves a 3rd round on the board. And they continue to move onwards. Of course, Kitchen Cooking going to be our final objective choice for this first half. This first half and the requirements. Hope they can get this one in favour. Of course, this was the bomb site that they won so dominantly in the first round. Didn't quite work out for them the last time it was played, but a different operator lineup. Solace being brought this time, Mozzie being brought this time. Bit of a change up might work well in the favour of the requirements. Wait and see.
Activating camera.
There's a little Valkyrie camera spot. I'm sure you see this one quite commonly, but you can see it's got a nice little POV of everything. Underneath a small bakery table. And there we are. Get rid of the floor and look at that. Beautiful stuff. GG. Swap in a couple of operators. Montaigne. Am I going to be baited into thinking it's Montaigne for like the 3rd time now, or are we actually going to be sticking to the We're going to be sticking to the Montaigne. Okay. Finally, after like the 3rd or 4th time Fisher guys selected it, we're going to be seeing the Montaigne brought. Was banned out in the previous map. GG. See what they can get cooking with the shields. First up, it's going to be a bit of a spawn peak to deal with. Wuhan taking a small little bit of damage. Not going to be anything too consequential, though, for the team. I think that was Calm all the way upstairs. And you can see Syro. VIP corridor. Becca scanner. Going to be providing all sorts of intel with that sensor. Drone. Going to miss wizardry for the time second though. Those shots will likely give him a push rate. Here comes Montaigne. Vulcan canisters popped, buying a little bit of time for the players of the requirements. Another opponent protected outdoors, loyal. Outside the building yet again. Double charge is going to be getting to work on the kitchen wall. And you can see Syro outside the building as well. Lots of players all around outside the building. Wuhan, cautious of the run out, trying to engage these players down main, but also knows at any moment one of them could spring out the windows. As you can see on the lineup of GG, there's no claymores, nothing really to stop these flanks and these run outs. And the flanks, exactly what's going to punish them. Karma finds a pick onto Brendo, opens the round up. Balls bites back, finds one onto Wizardry. Economics here. Held main corridor. Karma's going to hop back inside for the time being. Kind of peek, trying to swing. Economics support, really difficult position. The frags are going to continue to go the way of GG in the way of Sage. Double kill from the stairs. Knows where the last one is. Syro trades it back, but Wettables and also do the same. GG get themselves an advantageous half. What was looking a little bit rocky at first, they're fine at GG bite back. They get themselves the 4-2 half. No timeout required either yet. As it now flips round. GG will now find themselves on the defense. The requirements left to attack, and this is the big ask for them, I feel. But the attacks, GG's attacking woes, they've kind of been answered. They found much more success on Cafe than they did ever on Consulate. The requirements, we're going to have to ask the same thing of them. They need to have successful attacks. They need at least 4. Keep this game going and keep it into overtime. For GG, 2 defenses guaranteed you overtime. 3 of them will guarantee you the game. And that is as well, that's not just the map, but that is also the game. Of course, reiterate, best of 3. GG lose. GG lose this map. Requirements win it. There's still a third decided map. GG win this map. They're already a map up. They will take the series. Take the series 2-0 fashion, and at the pace we're going, unless one of the other games finishes really, really quickly, I believe we'll be our first confirmed. This is a 2-0, obviously. We'll be our first confirmed upper bracket semi-finalists, which will, I believe, be played out later today. Just while we into things, let's just have a look, see what is actually being played today. So what we've got played today is we've got the upper bracket quarterfinal, the upper bracket semi-final as well being played after this, and the lower bracket round of 4. And then we'll have the lower bracket quarterfinals played as well following. Here comes Karma. Caught out by the F-Nat and caught out by Tuhan. Goes in, but immediately shut down to Tuhan. How quick in chat? Does he have a hotkey for putting that in chat? I mean, I doubt it, because you're not allowed. I don't think you're allowed macros, even for that sort of thing. But I don't know if I'm more amazed by the entry pick or how quickly he typed that one out and got back to playing the game. Impressed. You know it's bad, but you know it's a testament to, like, obviously they're playing, gamers are playing really, really good here. But that's somehow one of the things I've been very impressed by this morning. I think it just shows how far now. Of course, both teams putting up a really, really good game so far. Had some really great moments so far. Have a good bit of trash talking, especially at the speed that Tuhan's able to do so. Requirements find themselves 5 versus 3. Bucks down, so unfortunately going to have to use secondary shotgun on the gridlock to get the vertical cleared and open. Bakery seems like it's the next point of contention. Frag Grenade's going to be going in from Wizardry, unfortunately. Just checking for utility, and here comes the Scorpion. Here comes the Blackbeard. With all the pressure on him, Wettables does fall. But Sajon trades it back. Tuhan as well. Another one. Now it's just Wizardry left in prep. Not good enough to find the shotgun. Sage gonna get themselves and GG around. 4 in a row now for the side of Gaming Gladiators, as they're starting to take a really strong lead here on Cafe. 8 kills, Tuhan, undeniably the MVP so far for the series. Putting up some massive, massive numbers. As always, an individual. I've got a feeling with the lead that GG have, I think they might be trying a Boss G spawn peak. Banned out in the first map by the requirements. And we may see if it's for good reason. Nope, we have the K1A. Never mind. Ignore the Boss G spawn peak talk. We will not be having Boss G spawn peaks. We're going to instead have the K1A. A formidable weapon. Not quite, doesn't quite have the meme potential, I suppose, of the Boss G, but certainly a good choice nonetheless. Of course, hard to hide the disappointment. I want to see some really nutty Boss G spawn peaks. Cafe, of course. Being a map there can be quite good for spawn peaks at times, but not, I think, what we're going to be seeing. But on the flip side of things, you can see Niconomics.
5 seconds left.
Put some call her a meme pick of her own. Going to be the Amaru. See the drones there in Cigar Lounge, so likely very quick entry is going to be made. Three players for GG on the top floor. Actually, drone's going to be checking everything and anything. Just deciding on how they want to approach this one. See the players, but unfortunately not quick enough on the call out. Loyalf is going to fall and having a much quieter game. The first game, all the requirements, Loyalf was really firing up on all cylinders. Top performing player on the team, however, not really stayed true here on Cafe so far. Currently 1 and 8. Lowest performing player in the lobby, unfortunately. The sprays continue and the gunfights continue to go the way of GG. Here comes Niconomics. On the Gara hook. Ready to fire it up in, but it's double for Brendo, and it's going to have to be a bit more than that. Meets one with the shotgun, slams Sage down, but left alone, and it's going to be Brendo to close it out. Gaming Gladiators shut that one out before it really, really gets started. Niconomics did indeed get his one right in the face. Really, really close quarters there, smelling distance. But with that one, and no more, GG find themselves up on match point. Match series point. One more failed attack for the requirements, and they move up to the lower brackets. GG will get themselves a dance in the upper brackets with the winner of Chiefs or Circular Spheres.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
And either way, that one is going to be an absolute scorcher of a game. Either way, that one is going to be an absolute banger. So obviously, I'm not sure who's casting that one yet, but whoever is, do go watch that one. That one will be a banger. And speaking of, we also have the wonderful Mitch, one of the admin team for these qualifiers through the LCQs. Has a wonderful multi-Twitch leads, ! Discord or discord.gg/BLAST R6. Go into the OS announcements channel, grab yourself the OS roll, go into the OS announcements channel, and you can actually get yourself a multi-Twitch link so you can watch mine, Oceanic's, and Cthulhu's stream all at the same time. See all 3 games that are currently being community casted. As I say, we'll keep you updated on anything that does happen. Through, as it stands, GG. On their map pick, they're really looking through things here, unfortunately. Continuing to cook through Karma. Continuing to just be a menace, both in the lobby and chat. Currently the only player who looks like who is one away from double digits. Again, slow push up from the requirements. Looking around, see if they can see anything. Try and get themselves an opening, but we're losing that entry so early on. That's definitely really worrisome. Hold off now. Minute 50. 50 to go, just under. Well, first step here really is, and it seems like they're looking to do, they're looking to try and isolate a player. They're looking to try and find a single player left on their own and try and get themselves a frag because of it. You have to clear the below as well. You sort of have to clear the roam clear. You can see Wuhan gonna be able to swing onto Loyal.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
5 versus 2. It's all falling down for requirements now. We did wonder earlier on whether GG would come into this qualifiers warm. They've not played so far. They've not played any officials. Of course, the last they had was the APAC LAN Cup. But I think they've answered that question and answered it. They have. Gaming Gladiators. They're going to be your first confirmed semi-finalists here in Oceania. They're your first upper bracket semi-finalists confirmed and locked in. GG's in chat. And GG will move on to face the winner of Circular Spheres and Chiefs Esports. And there you have it, folks. What a phenomenal game to kick off the day. A phenomenal start. A really great attempt from the requirements. The first map certainly had me thinking we could possibly have a small chance to go all the way on this one, but unfortunately that was not the case. GG closed out the series in 2-0 fashion. They will be moving on. Let's just have a quick update of the bracket here. What I do is if I pop that and then I'll pop a... Give me 3 seconds. I'm definitely prepared for this. A display capture. Let's just hide Discord just in case it decides to capture that monitor first. Display. Perfect. Right, if you capture there. There we go. Make you full fit to screen. And then there we go. Beautiful. Right, so as you can see, this is the bracket as things stand. It will, of course, update in a minute. Gaming Gladiators did, of course, 2-0 the requirements. And they will be moving on to this portion of the bracket here. The winner of Chiefs versus Circular Spheres. That, of course, being currently streamed on Dianic's channel. As for the side... Antiquex Man, 6 targets, and Supernova 5 chops still going underway. I believe the Antiquex Man game is being streamed on twitch.tv/Cthulhu, and Chiefs versus Circular Spheres being streamed on the Dianic's channel. So if I open this up, I just hope it doesn't start blasting noise in my ears. If I mute this. Let me get this set up for you. Give me 5 seconds. Apologies for this, folks. Definitely prepared to be doing this. Get rid of my own channel from this, and we can do I apologise. Just taking a quick ad break on the channels, just trying to sort things out. Obviously, to apologise. This goes at 1,000 milliseconds. The other one also goes at 1,000 as well. Beautiful. There we are. Right. Okay, so we have, of course, got monitor. So if we take a quick look at the games here, of course, if I just, can I hide the chats? Yes, I can. Right, beautiful. So here you go. You can see the games currently going underway here. So you can see Antiquex. So of course, on the right we have Cthulhu stream. And then on the left we have Diadic stream, which should load for you all in just a second. Of course, Antiquex Man took the lead on map 1, I believe it was. So in that game, as it stands, I am, of course, yeah. So Antiquex Man, they're currently a map up and currently in the lead on map 2. Is it gonna work, or who's gonna refresh and have to give it another shot? We're gonna have to watch more ads. We may have to watch. Oh, Dianic is unfortunately gone. So we will, unfortunately, not be able to see that one. However, if I just do make sure, just going to hide the display capture for a second, just in case I accidentally do pull up the wrong clean feed, the wrong thing. I can tell you, as it stands, Chiefs is currently 2-1 up versus Circular Spheres on their map. As things stand, obviously not going to get rid of that one before I accidentally throw that on the stream and get a clean feed link. That would not be a good thing to do. 240-second delay, beautiful. And as it stands, of course, GG able to take the lead. So what we're going to do is we're going to toss it to a quick break. And then, of course, we will be back, hopefully in a little while. I'll let you know in chat, of course, which games would everyone like to go and see. Likelihood is I'll give the upper bracket semi-finals to one of the more experienced casters of here. And I'll go ahead and probably take one of the lower bracket games. So, yeah, stay tuned in chat. We'll, of course, keep you updated with who's getting what and so. Of course, twitch.tv/Cthulhu, twitch.tv/Diac. I'll pop the links in chat in just a second. So don't go anywhere. We will be back in just a little while. Don't go in.
You said that you've been lonely.